May I further request President of the function, Professor Lalit to kindly share a few words on Dr. A. Surjalal Sharma's extraordinary legacy and impact on Manipuri researchers.
Thank you very much. It's very hard to say, uh, to describe about our brother. We always call Tamil. In the US, everyone has their own profession, but we are all Tamil and Inau. That is what we call each other. So Tamil and the Delhi came back from the US in 1982 or sometime in the Ahmedabad. I was doing my master's program in 1982 in Ahmedabad. There was a expo handloom handicraft program, and I was selling handicraft programs there. I was a master's student, but we were helping them to do it. So Tamu and Delhi came, and we were talking, and then we get to know each other. Then I went on to Bangalore for my PhD, and in 1990, I went to the US. It was very cold, January 11 in the US, freezing, and I was very depressed couple of months because no one was there, weather was so bad, I cannot go out, no car. So I was always in the room because in India, we are all outdoor people, right? So 2 months after that, a friend of mine, he was in the John Hopkins, doing postdoc over there, called me up and they say, I found a Manipuri person in Maryland. So he told me name is Surjalal Sharma. And then I said, I know him, I met him. So he gave me the telephone number and I called Tamo and they started talking. He made me like a little bit better in knowing someone. Then in 1992, there was a Nama formation. Was Sema Delhi and Dhrita Kumar Sharma. There were other people, Guru Navaganas, all of them thought we should have and M.K. Binodini was there. He visited his son, Swami Roy. Wanted to have a Nama, means North American, some association kind of thing. So there was a discussion. I was not present at that because I was just going back to India and just came back. I couldn't, but I was informed all the things. There was a discussion that we should call, most of the people at the time are from Bangladesh. The Meiteis and Manipuris are all from Bangladesh. Manipur people were very few. So the name should be North American Manipuri Association. That was the first suggested. But some of us, we thought, if you say Manipuri, it will be the people of Manipur. But at that time, we had Americans who were married to Manipuri, Indian married to Manipuri, or Manipur people, Manipuri married to other people. So we said, and the Manipuri term itself at that time was not accepted by other communities in the state itself. So we discussed and deliberated that anyone who loves Manipur should be a member of the organization, and we should call it North American Manipur Association. That is how the name came. But many people, still think it's a Manipuri Association, but it's not Manipuri. It's a Manipur Association, and the members should be staying in the North America only, because there were some issues who wants to be members from India, from Manipur, and people wanted to be members, but we said members should be only those who are in the US or Canada or Mexico, North America. That's how we started. Then next year, the NAMA convention was in Washington, D.C., right? And my wife and I drove from Jackson, Mississippi. At that time, I moved from Columbus, Ohio to Jackson, Mississippi. We drove and arrived in Isema's house. We stayed there. Isema received us very well. Tonku was maybe 6 years old, 7, I don't know, and Kagi was in the stroller. And my son was not yet born at the time. So we have a good time in Washington, D.C., and Tamo was always, when we discuss things we cannot got solved, lastly it will go to Tamo Surjalal. That will be the final. When there are so many opinions and all, finally it will go to Tamo and he will be the decider, and everyone will accept that. That is how it was. And one of his qualities that we learn from him is he never gets angry. He never gets angry at anybody or at anything. He is a very cool head. So those kind of qualities are his personnel. In research-wise, he was doing his own thing. He did very well in astrophysics and scientists and all those things in his own. But to us, he was just a Tamil. Whenever we have problems, we go to him. So he was a leader. He was his own activities were there. Sema was there. Kids were there. Boy Scout. All sorts of activities he was participating. But we, maybe last November sometime, we were having a Zoom meeting about how things should be done about the Nama. And he was actively participating and all. But after a few days or weeks, we heard the news he's not well. And we wish him recovery. But when his time comes, we all go. We cannot stop the clock. Everyone has their own time. So we remember him. We inspire from him to run the organization. And after his passing away, the executive team and the others gave me the opportunity to serve as chair of the board of trustees for NAMA. And difficult times because of the conflicts in Manipur reached our place there. We have so many opinions, so many young people, younger generations and older generations. So this NAMA is a non-profit, non-political organization. So when anything happens in Manipur that involves political issues, we cannot actively participate. We support the activities, the things. I think we collected money for the funds to provide to the displaced individuals and for the women's empowerment programs and things like that. We collect fund and send it to them. But we usually send it to the governor's funds, not to other individual organizations, things like that. So we always prefer to send it to governor's funds where they can use. So these kind of activities we participate under Tamo's guidance whenever there is them. But now he's gone, and difficult times when it comes to, now they come to me. And I am not as good as he was to handle people's personalities. Sometimes I get angry, sometimes I say some things I should not say, and later I regret. So those kind of qualities we try to slow down and learn from him. And one thing is that when we started, we have Jupiter Yambem. He was our founding member. On the 9th 11th, he was working on top of the world, that Twin Towers. He was the only Indian in that incident, and we tried to call him in the phone. It was ringing, but no answer. And a couple of days later, we found he is no more. So we were very, very heartfelt sorry for the event, because he was also one of the very active member for Nama. So his loss was a loss for Nama and a disorientation for the society organization. And couple of years, there were no activities. We were just lost with his loss. And at that time, Tamu Surjalal came and said, we have to start strong here again. So he was the one who took the charge and bring it back to them. And yeah, we have another program in the afternoon, right? Some about diasporas in the U.S. and things like that. So I will leave some part for that program. So with this, I pray Tamu's soul to rest in peace in the heavenly abode, and pray for Isema and Tonku to have a peaceful life, because he was a very peaceful person. He won't like us any one of us to be fighting, quarreling, or arguing. So understanding each other was his motto. So with these words, I will conclude.
Thank you, sir.